Hello and welcome to the Often Partisan video podcast. I apologise for it being a day late. Unfortunately, Friday got a bit tied up setting a new PC and things like that, but hopefully you'll notice the difference with the quality of the video and the quality of the sound. I hope so. So, it's been a busy old week. We've had an announcement on Thursday with respect to various demands from former directors and also from a company, from a creditor. We've had potential news of a sale, rumours of a sale breakout, and yeah, we've also got Carson's appeal to look forward to. And then there's the stuff on the pitch. So let's look at this one step at a time. The announcement on Thursday. I think the big thing to take from it, first of all, is the timing. Charlie Penn was resigned as a director in February 2014, yet doesn't claim his owed fees until March 2015. Why did he wait 1 year, 1 month to do so? Secondly, Peter Pannu. I think timing maybe not such a big thing here because he wasn't removed so long ago, but he's clearly not very happy because he's demanding an apology. He's demanded money for hurt and distress caused, which is a little bit curious. I think there's a few Blues fans out there who want to see him apologise for hurt and distress caused to them. And then you've got this money from China Energy that's owed. 21 million Hong Kong dollars in loan and 24 million Hong Kong dollars owed in interest payments because it's overdue. I'm quite curious as to the timing. Obviously, this is all the pressure points being played. Charlie Penn is obviously someone who's associated with Carson and with Pannu. Pannu, yeah, we know all about that. We know what that he is motivated by money. Admittedly, it's very possible that he's actually owed this money, and in which case he should be paid it. I'm not so sure about money for being hurt and distress caused and things like that, but because I don't believe Ernst & Young would have removed him as a director unless they had good cause to, and I don't believe he would be removed. Well, he was removed as being MD and CEO because he made some choice remarks on Often Partisan itself that maybe were slightly insider knowledge and weren't becoming of a director who has specific fiduciary duties. Well, that's what I said in my letter to the SFC anyway. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But this China Energy loan, I think there's a couple of things to take into account. Firstly, and I'm sorry, I've got to mention the book here. There's a whole chapter in the book where we talk about a specific deal that Carson did with China Energy for $1 billion Hong Kong dollars, $1 billion. It's a very, very complex and involved thing to go into. So yeah, it might be an idea to buy the book if you want to catch up on it. But China Energy is intrinsically linked to Carson. You've got to ask yourself this thing. Obviously, Carson's behind it because they've not threatened legal action before. They've not announced anything. China Energy are listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, stock code 228. They've not announced anything to the stock exchange about this. Looking at their accounts, I don't see any credit on their accounts for 45 million Hong Kong dollars. It says that their credit was about 10 or 15, as I recall. So if that's not listed in their accounts, why is it not listed in their accounts? Did China Energy loan us the money? Or was it a subsidiary of theirs, or what? I'm concerned about the validity of this loan. We know that when Carson loaned £15 million to Birmingham City Football Club, it was published in the accounts that there was no backing paperwork. We do know from BIHL's accounts that there was 134 million Hong Kong dollars of loans that were either due or overdue, which means it could easily be included in that. But do we know if there's any paperwork? Do we know when the loan was from? Or do we know what it was for? Do we know that it was actually China Energy sent BIHL the money? I'm sure Ernst & Young are looking into all this, and this is why they're taking legal act. They're looking into it legally. I don't believe that they will pay it by the deadline. I think this is something that it will be a case of, well, see you in court. If you want it back, come and sue us for it. But I don't know. You never can expect anything but the unexpected from Birmingham International Holdings. Obviously, it's a power play. It's more delays. It's more uncertainty. Hopefully, Ernst & Young can deal with it, but we'll have to see. There is a summons, of course, for next Wednesday. I think it's next Wednesday, April 1st. where they're going to they're going to try and throw out the receivers or restrict their powers. I mean, they say that they're willing to restrict them to investigation only and leave the managerial side of the company to the directors. But the thing is, even if that happens, they restrict to investigation only. If the directors in place and have directorial power, they can quite easily stonewall Ernst & Young, and just say, we're not telling you. And then Ernst & Young obviously are going to say, well, we quit because we can't do our job, and then we're back to square one, but with a whacking great bill added to it. Will the summons? The summons will be heard April 1st, but it will be a call-over hearing, I'm told. This is what Steve and Will were telling us last week. And they will tell both parties to go away, and if there isn't a really pressing need to hear it quickly, you're looking at 6 months. Obviously, that's going to drag on. Now, it could be that Ernst & Young can get it thrown out. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't find the case number for it. So I guess I'm going to have to wait till it's actually in court, and we'll see where it goes from there. I know it's been taken seriously, and the problem is Ernst & Young obviously having to hire a barrister, having to retain solicitors, and that's just racking up the costs. Racking them up. There was this rumour of a sale that I put on the website yesterday on Friday. On Thursday. I wouldn't have done that if it hadn't come from such a credible source. Now, obviously, nothing has been announced to the stock exchange, so we cannot assume that it's going to happen until that has happened. Under listing rule 13.09, the Birmingham International Holdings have the duty to inform the stock exchange and shareholders of any event that materially affects the value of their shares, which obviously the sale of Birmingham City would, or the potential takeover of Birmingham International Holdings would. So if Golding Financial have indeed solicited bids and received bids, then they would, I believe, be duty bound to announce that at some point very soon, even if it's just to say, we've received some bids, we're knocking them back, or we're looking at them. You know? We will see. I guess we will see next week if there's an announcement or not. Hopefully there is, because it means that it's being moved forwards. How the summons plays with that, no idea. No idea whatsoever. One thing I would say though, Thursday was the cut-off point for points being deducted for going into administration, so we shouldn't lose 10 points this season. No, that's done. Thirdly, the appeal. We still do not know when the appeal hearing is going to be. They'll only announce it a couple of days in advance. I'm going to be talking to Will by Skype next week, and we're going to go through some of the points he raises in the book as to why the money laundering law has changed, why Carson has a very good chance of getting off, and also what it would mean for the football club if he did get off. I'm going to look at some hypotheticals. It will be a game changer, not immediately maybe, but it will be a game changer if he does get off. And then there's the matters on the pitch. We've signed Diego Fabrini on loan. First ever Diego, I think, playing for Birmingham City. Second Italian I can think of after Federico Macheda. I've got to be honest. On the website, I did say on Friday that I'm struggling to see the point. You know, there's nothing to play for unless we can actually sign him permanently. The only other reason I can think that we brought him in is to give some players who are underperforming a kick up the jacksie. Because he can play attack midfield. I think Shinnie has got some great talent, but he can't play 90 minutes. And that's not good enough. He could play on the right. And maybe either David Cotterill shifted over to the left to give Dimmy Gray a rest, or David Cotterill dropped altogether, which would be a shame. Because I think David Cotterill's been one of our better players this season, but he is so inconsistent. And the thing is, when Cotterill is good, he's really, really good. But when he's poor, he's diabolical. He's out the game. Which I think is something that happens with wingers. And maybe having someone there competing with him for that right wing slot, because Kobe Arthur's injured. Lloyd Dyer is just dire. And Dimmy Gray I think is better on the left. Having someone to compete with Cotterill will maybe push him on further as well. I hope so anyway. We need some creativity. As always, if you've got questions for me, email me, almajir@oftenpartisan.co.uk. You can follow me on Twitter, often_partisan, on Facebook, facebook.com/oftenpartisan. You can buy the book. It's on sale for only a tenner, plus post and packing, from haircutsandleadcuts.co.uk. All links will be in the description at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, I think that's it. As I say, I'm going to do something with Will next week. Till then, keep right on.